Every time you open your mouth, you reveal the order or chaos inside your mind. People don't just listen to your words. They measure your discipline, your control, your truth. When you ramble, when you fill silence with noise, they sense weakness. The Stoics taught that speech is a mirror of the soul. If your words wander, your thoughts are scattered. Marcus Aurelius warned, let your words be carved, not spilled. Each sentence should strike with purpose. Like the swing of a sword, speak too much, and your strength dissolves into air. Speak too little, and your presence disappears. The art lies in restraint, saying only what must be said, and saying it with weight in a noisy world. Silence is power. Control your tongue, and you'll control the room. Lose control of it, and the world will control you. You think more words will make them understand. You repeat yourself, clarify again, over-justify every point, hoping they'll finally see your value. But the more you talk, the less they believe. Over-explaining is a symptom of self-doubt. It's the desperate attempt to be accepted by those who already stopped listening. Seneca said, "The one who talks most persuades least." When your mind is unsure, your tongue compensates. A Stoic knows, clarity is not volume, it's precision. Every word must serve the mission. A sharp blade doesn't need to swing twice. So before you speak, pause. Ask yourself, am I explaining or proving? If it's the second, stop. You owe no performance, only truth. Speak your point once, cleanly, then let silence carry it. Silence isn't awkward, it's authority. In a culture addicted to noise, quiet confidence becomes magnetic. Speak less, mean more. You can speak with perfect words. But if your body trembles, no one will feel your message. Your posture screams before your mouth ever opens. The Stoics called the body a reflection of the inner citadel, the outer fortress of the mind. If you fidget, rush, or shrink into yourself, you're telling the world you've already lost control. A calm posture is silent proof of strength. When you stand straight, breathe slowly, and move with intention. People feel it. They trust what you say without needing proof. Epictetus taught that a disciplined man doesn't announce his confidence. His stillness announces it for him. Think of a commander who walks into a chaotic room. He doesn't shout for order. He is the order. Your steadiness calms others, and your silence makes them listen. So, train your body to obey your mind. Slow your gestures. Ground your stance. The body that doesn't shake commands the mind that doesn't break. Weakness hides behind questions like, is this okay? Or do you think I should? You wait for approval before acting, hoping someone will validate your worth. But a Stoic doesn't ask for permission to lead. He simply leads. Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The same truth applies to action. Leadership isn't granted. It's claimed through responsibility. You become a leader not when others follow, but when you decide to move forward, regardless of their silence. Stop waiting to be chosen. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The moment you take ownership of your choices, you rise above those who hesitate. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's clarity of purpose. So next time you want to speak, don't ask, may I? Say, here's what must be done. Those who move with conviction create the path that others walk on. Most people avoid truth because it burns. They fear that honesty will make them disliked or cause tension. But that fear is the exact prison that keeps them weak. A Stoic faces truth like a soldier faces battle, calm, focused, without hatred. Seneca said, he who fears the truth will never be free. When you choose comfort over honesty, you trade long-term respect for short-term peace. Speak truth, not to wound, but to awaken. When something is wrong, call it by its real name. When someone crosses a line, address it without rage. You don't need aggression, just composure and precision. The Stoic doesn't shout to be heard. He speaks clearly enough that silence follows. Truth earns trust faster than flattery ever will. And every time you choose courage over comfort, you strengthen your character. A man who hides from truth will always hide from himself. Your emotions are not the enemy, but your lack of control is. One day you're calm, the next you explode, and every outburst erases months of respect. The Stoics called this slavery of the soul, being ruled by what should be ruled. Marcus Aurelius warned, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Emotional discipline is quiet power. It makes people feel safe around you. It builds trust without words. When the storm rises, lower your voice. When others panic, slow your breathing. When anger demands reaction, observe it instead. Each time you master your inner weather, you harden your foundation. True control isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about commanding them like a general commands an army. Let your calm intimidate chaos. Be the rock that breaks the wave, not the leaf it carries away. If you cannot explain your thought in a few clear sentences, you don't yet understand it. Most people mistake confusion for depth. They speak in circles, dressing vagueness as intelligence. But the Stoic mind values clarity above cleverness. Lucid thinking is a moral duty because it reflects mastery of the self. Seneca wrote, "If you wish to be wise, speak only what you comprehend. When you simplify your thoughts, you sharpen your intellect. When you remove excess words, truth emerges before you speak. Test your clarity. Do I truly know what I'm saying, or am I hiding behind language?" The disciplined mind shapes ideas like marble, each sentence carved with precision. Nothing wasted. A clear mind doesn't chase attention, it commands it. You don't persuade through noise. You persuade through purity. So slow down, refine, and speak only what has weight. That's how presence becomes power. In a world where everyone races to be heard, the Stoic learns to hold back. Restraint isn't weakness, it's refined strength. The man who can stay silent when provoked, calm when attacked, and patient when ignored, owns himself completely. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Every moment you choose not to react, you forge another link in your chain of discipline. Most people confuse reaction with expression. They think venting is honesty, but it's really surrender. The Stoic doesn't need to prove calm, he is calm. When someone insults you, smile inwardly. When someone doubts you, let time reveal the truth. Restraint is not silence, it's control over timing. The wise speak when the moment is right, and their words strike like lightning, brief yet unforgettable. Power is not shown through speed of response, but through mastery of silence. The greatest presence comes from simplicity, not performance. You don't need grand gestures, loud tones, or exaggerated words to be respected. The Stoic understands that quiet confidence speaks louder than any display. Marcus Aurelius lived as the emperor of the known world, yet his writings whisper humility and focus. Presence is energy, felt before it's heard. When you enter a room, don't rush to impress. Observe, breathe, speak last. The one who speaks last is often the one who truly leads. Your goal isn't to dominate the conversation, but to anchor it. Simplicity removes all the noise that weak men hide behind. Every unnecessary word dilutes your impact. Every pause builds it. The Stoic voice is like stone, firm, measured, deliberate. You don't chase approval. You radiate certainty. And that certainty makes people lean in, not because you shout, but because you don't need to. The need to be liked is a quiet destroyer of strength. You edit your words, soften your truth, and hide your edge just to fit in. But every time you seek validation, you give away power. The Stoics saw approval as a mirage. It looks like peace but leaves you thirsty. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish." A disciplined mind doesn't crave applause. It craves alignment with truth. When you stop fearing disapproval, your speech becomes fearless. You stop performing and start influencing. The goal is not to please everyone. It's to stand firm in what's right. The moment you stop explaining your worth, people start recognizing it. Remember this: those who respect you will never need you to shrink, and those who need you to shrink will never respect you. Speak your truth and let weak opinions fall away. True authority doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It radiates from composure, from the stillness of a person who has conquered himself. People instinctively follow those who are calm under pressure. Chaos exposes the untrained mind. Silence reveals the disciplined one. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is endurable, endure it. Stop complaining." That line isn't about passivity. It's about unshakable control. When others lose their temper, you lower your tone. When tension fills the air, you breathe slower. Control your rhythm, and you control the rhythm of others. Calmness is contagious. It turns panic into trust. Remember, the Stoic doesn't dominate through fear, but through peace. A quiet voice with conviction carries further than a loud one with insecurity. Your calmness is your weapon. Let others swing wildly. You move with precision. Let others react. You respond. That's how respect becomes inevitable. Every conversation reveals who commands whom, you over your emotions, or your emotions over you. The Stoic understands that every reaction teaches the world how to treat him. If you explode easily, you train people to manipulate you. If you stay calm, you train them to respect you. Control is not suppression, it's direction. It's the art of channeling your fire without burning yourself. Seneca said, "He who conquers himself is mightier than he who conquers armies." Your tone, your posture, your timing, they're all reflections of your internal order. Before you speak, breathe once for clarity. Before you answer, check if your ego or your wisdom is speaking. The one who rules his impulses rules his destiny. Remember, your reactions are your reputation. Every calm word, every measured pause, every silence under pressure is proof that your soul is disciplined, not disturbed. Speech is not just communication, it's self-revelation. Every word you speak is either discipline made audible or chaos given form. The Stoics believed that mastery of speech comes only after mastery of thought. So before you talk, refine your inner dialogue. Before you argue, conquer your impulses. Confidence doesn't come from loudness, it comes from congruence. When your mind, words, and actions align, you become unshakable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no words in anger or vanity. Speak to serve truth, not ego. Speak to build, not to impress." When you embody calm clarity, people don't just listen, they remember. The disciplined man doesn't announce his power. He demonstrates it through restraint, composure, and consistency. So speak less, think deeper, act cleaner. Let your silence intimidate noise. Let your calmness speak louder than chaos. And let your life be the sermon your words could never deliver. If you've listened this far, it means something inside you is ready to change. Don't let this just be another video you scroll past. Let it be the moment you decide to take control of your words, your emotions, your presence, and your life. The Stoics taught that transformation begins the moment you stop blaming the world and start mastering yourself. So today, speak less and act more. Train your mind to stay calm under pressure. Choose silence over noise, truth over comfort, and discipline over distraction. That's how real power is built. Quietly, daily, unshakably. If this message spoke to you, leave your thoughts below. Share what truth hit you hardest. And remember, growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by choice. Thanks for listening. And until next time, keep walking the path of mastery. You're listening to Stoic Power Lab.